Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be doing another episode of evolving a binary system from birth to death. So this will probably be the finale of this three-part series so far of a binary system from birth to death. So this should be pretty interesting stuff. So if you remember last episode, both stars are now into sort of red giant territory. They're redder, brighter. There's not many objects left either. We have seen a lot of objects that have disappeared since we started this system, but we've obviously still got all the remaining objects here hanging on, the ones that were closer to the stars, so haven't been ejected. They are hanging on there. So pretty cool stuff. So we can see Alpha Centauri A, Alpha Centauri B. So Alpha A, that is the bigger of the stars, brighter, so it will be the first star to eventually disappear once enough time has passed. So should be pretty interesting stuff. So let's see how this evolves today. I'm quite interested to see how this will turn out actually. So without further ado, we'll have to start our evolution time. So let's get this rolled up. So there we are. Cool. It's looking good. Where are we? What was that miner back one? Because I think he said in the comments about it as well. Oh, it looks like it's been ejected. Oh no. So he said to, or he did ask if we could feature it or get more presence on it, but it looks like it's gone. It's been ejected. So yeah, unfortunately, we won't be seeing any more of that object. It's long gone, actually. Look at that. Oh yeah, it's been completely launched out there. So that's going to have to disappear, unfortunately, as that has lost its place in this simulation. Right. Anyways, let's continue. Just let that time evolve. Obviously, red giant stars now, we can see they do cross their Hattel zones together at this sort of area here. So pretty intense stuff. So now we're in the red giant phase. We're going to start seeing a lot more big star increases in size and luminosity. But obviously Alpha A is going to be doing it before Alpha B is, just because it's a slightly brighter, more massive star. So it will, in theory, get bigger and brighter faster. So like we just said, the radius, we're going to go double up here. That's going to go hugely bigger. Luminosity, that's going, I've just times it twice. So that's getting a lot bigger. Radius, again, we're going to go a lot bigger there. So Alpha A is seriously getting huge now. But Alpha B, we're only going to give you one double up on both your stats. So we can see Alpha B nowhere near as bright as Alpha A is. And obviously massive. I mean, if we get the comparison here now, we can see Alpha A is starting to leave Alpha B behind in size. So pretty wild stuff. So if we look at Alpha A, so we can see it's 38 suns in size. If we put that in AU, 0.166 AU. So pretty crazy stuff here. If we look at our closest planet to Alpha Centauri A, it's about to get probably completely scorched, as Alpha A is huge now. So press play. Not going to be good here. And what we'll do is we'll save the simulation as well, since we did just do an evolution phase. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, come on. Come on, game. Go on, let's save. Let's rock and roll. What's all that about? There we go. Okay. Alpha A is spinning quite quick as well. Look at that. Okay. Ooh. So how is this guy going to do? I mean, that surface is probably going to get a massive scorching now. If we look here, this is probably going to start increasing probably a lot more. Ooh, look at that. That's cool how that works, isn't it? So 1,000 degrees there. Okay, not much really else. I'm surprised it doesn't get more hot from that, being that close to Alpha A, actually. That's really interesting stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and slow down time. How's Beowulf doing, our second planet out? This was once an Earth-like world back in the early days of this system. So you can see this world completely ruined. Nothing left. Whole thing is scorched. So not looking good there. Next planet out, Dorsel. How are you doing? 325 degrees here. This was the last planet with Earth conditions around Alpha Centauri A. So not looking good. Obviously it's receiving light from both stars now. Obviously because Alpha Centauri B is a lot brighter than it used to be as well. So if we can see Alpha Centauri B is in the distance there, the other red giant star. So not looking good for this object either. But yeah, it's receiving sunlight from both. It's probably receiving warmth from both stars as well. So even the nighttime side, no time for the energy, or no time for the planet to cool down in the night, as it is still receiving light from the other side. So pretty crazy stuff there. You can see there's still some water hanging on in the polar caps there. I don't know how, but I'm not sure that's going to last too much longer, I have to say. So we can see here, gas and plasma. I mean, there's tiny bits left there. Okay, moving on. So I think we had one more planet left. Was it this one, wasn't it? It was a gas world. I think it was the last. Is it the last gas giant in here? I think it is. It is, yeah. Okay. So the last of the gas giants here, sitting just on the edge. It wasn't the most massive in the world. It was about bigger than Jupiter in radius, so not too small of an object, but you can see it's still got a decent size. But yeah, it's just chilling at 200 degrees right now, so it's in a pretty decent spot, just quite a little warmer, a little further out than the rest of the guys. We also need to speed up the simulation before we really see what these stars are going to do. So let's actually, before we look at Alpha Centauri B's planets, let's actually do that. Let's actually have some big simulation running time and let the planets all sort themselves out with these bigger stars here. So here we go. Just watch as this plays out. So there we are. Okay. How fast can we go? Let's see. Oh yeah, we can get some good simulation speed now, actually, because we've lost a lot of objects over time. So I think that's probably a good enough time for our objects to sort themselves out temperature-wise. Okay. So you can see, look at the time. Look at the time at the bottom. We are really kicking it with the speed here. Look, let's try and get up to 10,000 years before we look at the planets once more, so we can really see them evolve. But most of the orbits seem pretty stable now. I mean, all things considered, I mean, yeah, they all seem perfectly happy where they are, and there's no orbital changes, star changes anymore. All the objects are comfortable in their orbits, because after a lot of time, all the orbits have settled down, which is pretty cool if you think about it. So yeah, I like that. So there we go. That's a decent amount of run simulation time. So around Alpha Centauri B now. So our planets. So our first of the planets is Salby here. So this is at 480 degrees. Pretty warm. I believe this was a tidally locked world as well, as we can see here. So yeah, very scorched on one side at 1,000 degrees. Even the nighttime side at 140 degrees due to getting light from Alpha Centauri A. I mean, if we look in the zones, yeah, they're both pretty crazy. It looks like Alpha Centauri A and B have the zones have changed, or the orbits changed, because Alpha A and B's orbits were, or their habitable zones were merged at one point. So it looks like maybe they've oh, never mind. No, that's just a habitable zone for that specific planet. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, every planet has its own sort of grid now, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, back to this object. So yeah, not really much going on here. Next planet out, we've got Corvo over here. That's at 700 degrees now, so yeah, not looking good here at all. You can still see it's got its clouds going on, but I mean, that's pretty hot. Look at Alpha Centauri A in the background. Look how menacing Alpha Centauri A looks. Ooh, there's Alpha B. The clouds do look really, I mean, that looks really menacing with the glowing hot with the clouds. Okay, so moving on. Next up, we have got, who's next out? So it is Mogo. This was once a frozen world with ice, so water on it, but now it's pretty hot. No more water on this planet, that's for sure. So it's all just a barren sort of frozen, or I say frozen, it's not a frozen wasteland, it just looks frozen, even though it isn't. It's just white rock. So there we are. Okay, next up we have got Akam over here. So there it is. So that's just one of the more basic worlds. Not really much going on here. It's just been a dead rock for this whole simulation. Okay, moving on, we've got Corvos over here. This was once an Earth-like world as well. You can see it's getting pretty bad looking. I mean, 329 degrees. Obviously, the greenhouse effect here would be skyrocketing. I mean, the clouds have thickened up. So yeah, not really too much here. Maybe the atmosphere will thicken a bit as well. So it's almost like all that CO2 sort of stuff has all filled up the atmosphere. So it's, yeah, kind of lost its touch. Maybe the atmosphere will fade to a more thick, cloudy Venus sort of look. Greenhouse effect all over there. So yeah, once a world, that would have been great for life, but look at the state of that. If we look underneath, look at the state of that. That was a great looking world at one point, but not anymore. Okay, next up we have got Aurapax over here. That's just another world that's clouded over. Fittiness, what's happening here? Not looking good there. Got another planet here. So a lot of these are just generic worlds. How's Loral doing here? This was the last of the Earth-like planets still to exist. We can see, look how much water has evaporated on that. This was an all-ocean world at one point. But if we look at it now, oh dear. Look at the state of that as well. It's completely ruined. This was an all-ocean world, but now you can see the oceans have been limited to the North and South Pole areas. So, not looking good, but this is the last sort of place that life would exist in this system, in theory. I mean, there's no planets further out than that had any life chances. So yeah, that Loral really was the last lifelike planet. So if there's any life on it, they would have to leave the system, because there's nothing else left that this system can offer for them if there was any life in this system. So pretty crazy stuff. I mean, yeah, just look how menacing both those stars look. I mean, oh, pretty crazy stuff. But anyways, so let's continue. So orbits size, okay. So now we've checked out all the objects. I think it is time for another evolution phase. So let's go ahead and do this. So Alpha Centauri A is going to get some serious size increases here. So I have to see how large it goes, actually. I'm just thinking about how we're going to do the eventual end of the stars here, because obviously Alpha Centauri A is going to go first before Alpha B. So when Alpha A eventually supernovas, or novas, however you want to call it, Alpha B will still be a red giant at that point. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Maybe the Alpha B will just sort of steal the white dwarf star and all the planets, or we'll have to see how that works. That'll be pretty interesting stuff. So again, let's go ahead and do our increase in size here. So Alpha B, I'm going to do you first this time. So that's doubling up. That's getting seriously dangerous. You can see the surface temperature is cooling down, but luminosity is going up big time. So let's go to 74 degrees now. If we go to Alpha A, we're going to get some serious size here now. So we're going to double it up. You can see the closest to this planet, to the star, there in serious trouble. Luminosity, again, this is going up to ridiculous levels now. So there we are. 0.33 AU. So that is huge. So there we go. So you can see they're brighter as well. The stars are now, so notice how they dimmed red when I made them larger, because the surface temperature was cooling down, but as soon as I did the luminosity, they got brighter again, or they went more, the temperature increased. Interesting stuff there. But anyway, so I'll save it again. So now this planet, it is seriously close to this. I mean, look at that. Dear oh dear. So it's been tidally locked for a long time, but I mean, there's not much left. It is losing material. Not sure if it's going to hang on there. I mean, that's pretty wild stuff. Beowulf again, planet that was once a life world. Look at the size of that star now. That is just pretty crazy stuff. And then moving on again, we have Dorsal over here. So again, another planet that was once a life haven. All the water is completely gone now, nothing left. So that's also completely ruined. And then over here, we can see even our gas giant is now glowing hot. Nice looking glow on it as well with the yellow there. Pretty cool stuff. So there's all of Alpha A's objects. Now moving on to Alpha B. Look at the zones as well. Yeah, that's not good. All the planets are covered by both stars now. So over here. So the closest planets to Alpha B. I mean, yeah, they're not looking any better, to be honest. Look at this. Let's see. Yeah, so this one looks like its clouds are still hanging in there, but yeah, that is a absolutely immensely scorched planet right there. Does look really cool with the clouds going on over the darker area though. How are we doing? So we've got Salby even closer. Mogo again. There you are there. Corvo, how are you doing over here? So again, not looking good. I mean, yeah, look, the atmosphere is completely faded out. I mean, it's losing material. But look at that. Oh dear. So I think, I mean, at this point, you'd think that maybe the atmosphere would just get completely worn away. Atmosphere is gone. Or apparently, supposedly it's gone, but it's still a little glitchy, but no more atmosphere for you. So you can see this planet is, looking good. Yeah, why is there an atmosphere still there? Get out of here. I'll turn the atmosphere off. Okay, well, oh dear. That's not looking good. We got it glitched out. It won't even let me play with the atmosphere settings on it now. What is that all about? Hey. Oh dear. Oh, it's because the atmosphere has actually, the atmosphere did actually get completely wiped out. Let's just turn them off. There you go, that's better. But yeah, the atmosphere, I just reset it, but yeah, the atmosphere has actually been completely eroded. So it was actually eroding without me doing it manually anyway, but yeah, I think eroding it is completely, yeah. So atmosphere completely worn out. Look at the both stars there. That is just that's a pretty menacing sight. If we look on the surface view here, just look up. Ooh, so that's not what you want. Double stars there. I mean, Alpha A is bigger, remember, as well, but it's still looking pretty Pretty large there. Oh dear. City lights are still hanging on somehow. So yeah, that's world's completely lost its atmosphere. How's Loral doing? The last of the planets that had life. The water is still there. Oh my god. Okay, let's just let time evolve and keep an eye on that, because I'm not sure that's going to last. So we'll let the simulation play out for a bit. We can see the temperature looks like it is increasing there. I don't see how this is going to survive the water. Oh dear. You can see the colder areas. It is still... See, this area up here, it's only in the 40s and 50s where the water roughly is. So you can see the water can hang on a bit more. But I think once we really let this simulation go. So keep an eye on that. Oh! Alpha Centauri A, what's happened? It's gone! It's blown up! Right. Okay, so it's like Alpha A has hit its limit. You can see the water did dissolve, but we actually need to go back because we don't want it just popping like that. So let's go back in. Okay, so remember Alpha A can't go any bigger than it is. I think that is the maximum peak limit of Alpha Centauri A. So no bigger than that. So maybe we'll have to actually just lower it a bit just so it doesn't pop on it. I don't want it popping, so there we go. Okay, there's Alpha B. But yeah, anyways, back to Loral, for instance. Let's keep an eye. So you can see the temperatures. Look at the temperature go on that. So let's let time go. 300 degrees. But yeah, keep an eye on the water. So that's obviously where this is all going to sort of kick off. So yeah, look at that temperature go there. That is some serious increase. I mean, that's gone up over 100 degrees already since when we started this. So is the water going to completely fail? I mean, I don't know. Oh, look at it. It is dissolving. Yeah, it is disappearing. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Hey, that's quite a big... That's a lot of water disappearing there. Oh, dear. So, for instance, if we were to go to Loral here, so let's actually just keep an up. Let's actually see from a different view here. But yeah, that... Look at the state of that. That was such a nice looking world at one point, but I think again the atmosphere is going to sort of get a little more toxic looking. No more water in it. It's all that CO2, all that greenhouse effect there. So not looking good for you at all there. So it's getting that more sort of Venus look to it. So there we go. Look at the water. It sort of loses its colour as well. Just goes all horrible looking. But yeah, there it is. So again, a world that was once great looking planet, but completely ruined now. So there we are. Maybe the clouds get thicker as well with the increased greenhouse, all that evaporated water. So thick, yeah, double thick clouds. So there you go. That's a better sort of look. Oh dear. Okay, so there's Loral. So the last planet of life, completely ruined. Look at the state of this system now. We've completely ruined it. So there we are. Okay, so I think now is probably the end of Alpha Centauri A, because we see when we made it too large there, it did pop in that before we had to reset the sim. So I think Alpha A has met its end here. So what we're going to do is, yeah, we need to blow it up and replace it with another object. So we need to spawn the white dwarf in. It's annoying. I wish there was a button where you could pop a star and then the white dwarf automatically spawns, because it's a bit annoying. You have to manually place them in. So anyways, let's do this. I want Alpha B to sort of be near Alpha A when that happens, so somewhere here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to save the simulation again, because it's going to take a few tries to get right, because obviously Alpha Centauri A had more mass, it's burnt through its hydrogen quicker, so in theory it will explode quicker than before Alpha Centauri B does. So Alpha Centauri B is going to be the largest object in this simulation very soon, as Alpha Centauri A has met its limit. It's not going to get any bigger than this in this simulation scenario. So if we just have a look at them compared to right now, so you can see it's a lot bigger than B is. So here we go. So what I need to do here is I need to do that. Then what I need to do here is I need to replace this using the replace button. So this is the only way I know how to make this work. So we're going to replace it with a white dwarf star. Do I still have my white dwarf? Yes, I do. So I'm going to put that in there. So there we go. So that's now a white dwarf. So all the way in here. So that star has popped. But then what I need to do is I need to place Alpha Centauri A back on top of it like this. So I'm going to place it there. And then all I need to simply do is press the explode button like this. Press that. So there you go. So it generates the nova, and the white dwarf is actually in the middle. So all the objects can keep orbiting the white dwarf while the supernova initiates, which is how it should work. But for some reason, when stars pop in this game, they don't generate a white dwarf, and then all your orbits get ruined. So we're going to see if this works. So we're going to look from... I guess we'll look from Alpha Centauri B's perspective. We'll look from... we'll actually look from Loral. Why not? So over here. So there you go. So now all the light from behind has gone. There's obviously no star left. The white dwarf is not bright. So we're going to see how this plays out. So... will that supernova destroy everything here anyway? So then there won't actually be any objects for Alpha Centauri B to basically have it left. I mean, it could destroy all the rocky planets here. So, play. Because obviously all this is in close proximity. So if one star goes, who's to say it won't destroy all the planets around the second star? Because obviously the planetary nebula or supernova, however you want to call it, that will disintegrate objects. So I don't know. I think the gas giant will probably be the only object that survives that explosion. So let's go ahead and slow. We're going to slow down time actually because supernovas explode fast. So we're going to go ahead and lower this. Press play. Okay. Oh, play. Oh, okay, there you go. So it is gone. That popped quite large. So let's see how this plays out. So here we are. Oi, I want to play the simulation. Oi, play. There you go. So, supernova, Alpha Centauri A has gone. So, how is this going to work? So, Alpha Centauri B, the new largest object in the simulation now. We're traveling only at a few seconds of time here. So, this could get pretty hot pretty fast. I can't see the objects in that orbit anymore. It looks like they're all... yeah, I can't see anything. Not good. So, let's just look here. Is the supernova going to affect any of this? But anyways, let's speed up time here. So we're going very slow. So there you go. Oh dear, Loral, no, Loral, it's getting hot. It's getting very hot. Look at that, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 degrees, insane temperatures. So will it survive? I think it should be okay. Oh dear, that's looking really bad. Oh, so let's let this play out. So there you go. Ooh. So you can see it has survived. Okay, so the objects around Alpha B have survived by the looks of it. I'm guessing they're going to lose mass though. Look at Loral. Oh dear. Alright. So, white dwarf. The gas giant is the only object left by the looks of it. Okay. So you can see a lot of objects have been completely destroyed by the first nova. So, not good. Look at that. I mean, all of them, pretty much everything has been completely wiped out here. Okay. Has the gas giant... I think the gas giant's gone as well. It's been it's completely gone. White dwarf is all that's left of that. Oh, that's bad. So because obviously the stars were in such close proximity, as soon as one goes, it could in theory destroy all the planets around the other star as well. So we've only got the strongest planets remaining here. So we've got Corvos, Loral, and Mogo. So they were all planets that once had a water on them. Interesting. But yeah, look at that. So that's not good. So Alpha Centauri B there, all it says. So the white dwarf is the only thing still sticking around. So let's just let that all... So it is still orbiting as well. That's how I wanted it to play out. So cool, we'll get rid of that now. So Nova is gone, completely gone. So all that's left is these 3 planets and then a white dwarf in the background. So pretty crazy stuff. We'll go ahead and save the simulation as well. We'll replace all that old stuff as we have passed that time now. So now we are in the sort of death of this system, really. There's only one star left, white dwarf over there. Obviously that's not going to have any effect. The white dwarf is completely sort of out of it now. It's obviously its luminosity is nothing. It won't reach any of this. I mean, it's a tiny little thing, so I mean, yeah, luminosity is tiny, so that is complete. That just exists. It has no effect on the rest of this system now. So it really is the last 3 planets and Alpha Centauri B. That is all we have left. The surviving contenders of this system. We can see Mogo. Look at this. Oh dear. That thing does look really cool. Oh, look at the clouds on it. Hey. So there's that. Then we head to Corvos over here. So remember, this atmosphere was completely deleted, I think. Or was it this one we got rid of the atmosphere with? Oh, no, I think it's because we lost the simulation and we had to go back a bit. But yeah, the atmosphere on that, I think it's time that we just wear it away. So, oh, then the atmosphere is still on. Huh. Well, it's still showing clouds, even though there's no atmosphere. So that's pretty weird, isn't it? Oh dear. Let's just do that, I guess. Oh dear, look how dark it is now. Ooh. Ruined. Absolutely ruined, that is. So, yeah, not looking good. City lights are gone. Get rid of that. Okay, there's that. How's Loral doing? This planet obviously got scorched by the supernova as well. So, yeah, no oceans will be left on that guy. I mean, yeah, that's completely at it as well. And it looks like the game's deleted its atmosphere as well, even though it's still showing clouds. So I don't know how that works, but there it is. Okay. So, I mean, I think all that's really left to do is Alpha Centauri B, really. And I think, yeah, all we can really do is Alpha Centauri B is going to reach its limit. So, it's engulfed the first planet completely. We're going to keep going. Obviously, luminosity is going absolutely through the roof. So, there you are. Ooh. So, Corvo, how are you going to do now, man? Oh, dear. So, that is a very big scorch. Oh, dear. Yep, so that's pretty bad. And then, there we go. So that is 0.4 AU. So that's actually huge now. Loral as well, completely ruined. But I think all that's left to do, really, it's a bit glitchy as well. All that's left, really, it's the same as what we did before. So all we need to simply do here is replace with another white dwarf. Just like this. Oh dear. Oh, and then all that's really left to do is the Nova. So we're out Centauri B. Gonna place that on top of that, like that. And all we need to simply do is explode, press that, job done, and slow down time. So I think Loral, we'll watch from Loral's perspective here. This is all that's left. So we have white dwarf and white dwarf. So explosion time, press play. There you go. So automatically just engulfed all the orbit completely there. Oh dear. Corvo, what are you doing over there, Corvo? I thought Corvo was closer or further out than Loral. Oh, their orbits have changed. Okay. Probably because of the other white dwarf's presence, but yeah, there you go. So we'll watch from Corvos's perspective then. So, not good. Speed up time. Now, I'm not sure they'll survive. I think all the planets will be eliminated from this. Yeah, that's gone. I think Loral has been destroyed as well, and it's just 2 white dwarfs left. So it's now a binary white dwarf system. No planet was strong enough to survive this simulation. Every planet was ejected or destroyed. So, not a single survivor, apart from the 2 white dwarfs. That is it. So, there we go. And then that pretty much does it for this. I mean, all that's left is that. That and that. A binary white dwarf. That's all we have left of Alpha A and Alpha B. So, there you go, guys. That does it for evolving a binary from birth to death. So, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope, I mean, I've tried to make it sort of semi-realistic as possible with having Alpha A explode first, because it makes sense. It had more mass. So, in theory, it would go Nova first, come into a white dwarf first. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, there you go. That is simply it. And then all that would happen from this point is they eventually just cool down into eventually black dwarfs. So, for instance, if we did this over a long period of time, if it even lets me do it, but okay, so we'll do it pause, but over a long period of time, eventually you would get this. So, still going, all the way down, loses all of its temperature, and you would eventually end up with that. So there you go. But for some reason the simulation doesn't want us to do that. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, it does it for this simulation. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, like I said. And if you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more. Helps in a journey to 27,000 subscribers as well. It's weird saying that because we hit 26 recently, so a huge thank you to you all for that. That is absolutely awesome. So yeah, massive thanks again. And yeah, any feedback for future scenarios we could do for evolving a solar system from birth to death, let me know. I'm not sure if doing a triple system is probably a good idea because it's quite a lot of stars to focus on, but if you've got any other scenarios, yeah, let me know down below. Maybe we could do just an enormous system with like hundreds of objects around just one star. That could be quite interesting, but yeah, let me know what you think of that. And yeah, if that was said and done, enough of me babbling on, guys. Make sure you have a great day, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.